Anyone can make a movie nowadays.
I did not choose film. Film chose me.
You have access to people like never before. Just you choose how much access you get.
Who are my influences? I don't really believe in influences. That said, Tarkovsky, Lynch.
And cut. Back to positions.
My Uncle Lou, who once filmed a squirrel eating a Pop Tart. He seemed to be enjoying himself. Pop Tart probably not the best source of nutrition for a squirrel, but we all have to enjoy life here and there. So that squirrel seemed to really enjoy that Pop Tart.
Connecting with fans, it's easier now. I know a lot of people use Facebook, and I used to use that, but it's just become too much of a hassle. So now send letters um, to people's houses, stuff like that. There's that email list, of course. There's live meet and greets. You know, some other kind of situations which we don't want to meet, but we have to because something needs to be settled. They might not call themselves a fan, but why are they trying to get in touch with me so damn bad? Why do they want to talk so damn bad? Why do they want to know how I made the shit so damn bad?
I was 6 years old when I saw a famous detergent commercial. It had life-changing effects on me.
Ready? And action.
When I saw this commercial, I thought, this is what truth looks like. This is something missing in modern film. Modern real. It doesn't happen. It's called a reel, but what's really real about it? In my estimation, very little. It's really capturing falsehoods of our reality rather than capitalizing on reality. It's all fake.
One of you dies.
Tidzilla, the man eater from the East Village. That was a fun movie to make. I didn't know it was going to start, titty horror, which it did, but people say it's pornographic and a lot of different things, but you got to find your niche, and I found mine early enough on. I think it was movie number 17 of mine, and some people don't ever find their niche, so 17 can be a low number to find one that works. But, you know, it's all about the boobs. It's not about, I think the boobs and the bloodshed. The first one where, the boobs come to life and they start stabbing people and everything else, I thought Full Moon already did it because, everyone's like Simpsons did. And I thought Full Moon probably did it, but they didn't, so I had to put it out as soon as possible. And it might not be the best, but it was shot in low enough quality that you can't even tell that those are water balloons.
What do I think about the current state of cinema? Well, cinema is dead.
Finding actors is easy. You can find homeless people. You can hire them real cheap. That's not a problem. Um, Prostitutes sometimes. I mean, if you have a budget, then there's always the gun. Kidnapping isn't just fun, it can be artistic, and it doesn't need to be for profit. So, you can get actors to say whatever you want, however you want. Look at a hostage video from anywhere in the world. That's what happens. It's not hard. It's just hard for them to deliver the lines right. But a few tries and they'll have it down. You'll be laughing and having a good time and talking about it later at the court date. Which, by the way, if that's televised or recorded in any way, that's publicity for the movie.
In this day and age, realism is largely dead. And I don't think it's coming back. Try as I might, I cannot find reality. I haven't been able to replicate what I saw in that detergent commercial. And it's saddening, to say the least.
The other one dies. Fall out.
So film festivals, I don't really enter into them. I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people think, well, it's a great way to meet people and network and everything else. But sometimes mystique is better than everyone knowing their damn business. So yeah, they can be handy. Yeah, having something on the box that says somebody said I did a good job. Here, gold star. Yeah, that works for some people, but it's better if it looks like nobody would ever touch it. You know, if somebody's looking for something sleazy, the last thing I want to see is some damn rolls on the cover saying it wants some artistic bullshit thing. I know what I'm watching for. So yeah, the film festival shit and all that, and the competition shit. I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's not for me. You know, you can hear about me without, and a lot of other directors and writers and everything else that do movies like mine, and you never have to go to a film festival. And I'm sure a lot of us will never be allowed.
Mostly silence. Long silences inspire my work. Awkward, long silences, the type that have people wondering if they should leave the room, or cough, or do anything to break the silence. Awkwardness is where reality lives, in my opinion. Awkwardness is where I'm seeking to find reality beyond this veil of imaginary reality that we currently find ourselves swimming in.
And action. Battle to the death.
Those long silences offer me something. This long silence is where the muse often decides to visit. This is when I find my most real work. It's unreal.
Die.
The problem is not making it. The problem is getting people to see it. And, a lot of people just aren't willing to do what it takes to get a movie seen. I don't care what they say. The truth is the truth. I have private screenings all the time. Now, the people might not want to be there, and there might be a loaded shotgun, but, they've never complained about my movies or anything else. They've given it a, you know, good word around town and everything, as far as I've ever heard. So, you know, it's just what are you willing to do? A lot of people aren't willing to do what it takes. You get whatever actors you can get. Crazy people, homeless people, people against their will, however you need to get the movie done. People are always talking about budget. Yeah, budget's fine, but budget doesn't beat bullets, okay?
Cinema is dead, obviously. It's been dead since the invention of color.
Honestly, for a lot of my movies, they're horror movies for one reason alone. Everyone in them is afraid. Even I'm terrified. I'm terrified that the cops might come, either shoot me in the back of the head or take me in. You never know if the movie's going to be finished. It's always a problem. It's always a hassle. Now, I've been making movies for 20 years. Made a lot of stuff. I don't have anything currently here. I do sell DVDs and things of that, but I don't have anything here that would get me arrested, right? Anything that they consider evidence, right? Whoever they is, could be a friend, could be a family member, could be the police. That's up to your imagination.
I'm working hard to strip that away by creating things that audiences will despise, loathe, and take everything that they enjoy away from cinema. Story, for example, or even continuity between shots. Those are crutches. I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to haunt.
Like I said, getting your movies to the people is easy. For a while, I was getting dealers to give away a copy of my DVD along with a hit of acid. So you buy a hit of acid, you get one of my movies. That worked for a while, you know. You just gotta find your audience, or let them find you. You know, everyone wants to make $1 million, but nobody's gonna give you $1 if they don't know who you are. So you have to introduce yourself, and you have to introduce yourself by whatever means necessary.
The hardest part? Probably explaining to people that being unemployed is not the same thing as being an independent filmmaker.
It's not hard to get extras. I mean, a lot of times they don't even know they're extras. Other times, again, force. You need somebody to stand in place, not move. You make them do so. You know, people like to think, oh, movie making's easy. It's not this or that. Well, if you want to get it done and you want to get it done cheap, you got to do it the way that you can. And this is the only way that I found that works. We tried other things, even black.
Finding extras that are okay with being paid in exposure, tortilla chips, sometimes beer, but if you get enough extras, that could be kind of expensive. Also, when I say exposure, I mean of the literal variety. I once filmed a guy standing in the snow for probably 4 hours. We just couldn't get the shot right. He left with hypothermia and a new perspective on morality. In my opinion, that's priceless.
There's a lot of movies that inspired me, mainly Cecil B. DeMille, because that shows you play by play what you can do, what you can accomplish, and how to make a movie for real. You know, you don't have to worry about doing a scene twice or people forgetting their lines because, well, that's not an option. You got to do it live. You got to do it right then. There's guerrilla filmmaking, and then there's true guerrilla filmmaking. Does anyone get hurt? Does anything get taken over? It's one thing just shooting in the street without permission. There's another thing shooting a gun in the street with no permission on camera. I mean, sometimes you have to do it. You might not have the money to do it any other way, and you might have a friend that has a pistol. Well, you want it to look real? You know, you want that effect on the camera, you need that gun.
Criticism is essential. It's the blood of art, the very essence. I take every note personally because that's what the critics want.
I used to have to publicize. I'd let it be known. I tried to reach out to, you know, different publications, zines, YouTube channels, whatever it is, to get somebody to review my shit, whatever the fuck, right? But nowadays, it's not that so much. I do release press statements and all that. I also have my lawyer come out before the movie and release a statement live on camera that I release. Trying to keep my ass out of jail and trouble, you know, because we don't know what laws are in what states, and I shoot wherever I can, whenever I can, so if I happen to be in an area, I'm going to shoot there, and that just is what it is.
Sometimes I actually frame the reviews and hang them above my bed so that when I wake up in the morning, I can be reminded of how misunderstood I am. I find that helps me through my day. It's a good start to the day. Pulls you back out of a comfort zone you might have accidentally slipped into during your dream state.
A lot of people go through distributors. I do not. I do sell my movies on DVD, you know, sometimes VHS, depending. Just whatever I can do to get it out, really. As far as making it, it's mainly low sales. Sometimes private screenings, small screenings, things of that nature. That's about the best that you are ever going to get with, you know, how things are nowadays. But also, if somebody tries to lowball me on what the movie's worth, I learned a long time ago that you can't let that happen. So, if they say, well, I'll give you $5 for it, that means everything in their wallet minus $5. they can keep the 5. I'll take everything else. You know what I mean? These movies don't finance themselves, so I gotta finance them somehow. That's through my fans, and that's really the way that you do things. I mean, everyone has their own way, but I'm just saying what works out here.
Stop aspiring. Just suffer. Suffering is 90% of the process. Also, never use a tripod. If your hands aren't shaking, are you even alive? I think not. Find the beauty in blur, the poetry in bad lighting. Most importantly, don't chase Hollywood. Instead, you should chase a vision that is so unmarketable, even your friends and close relatives stop returning your phone calls. That's how you know you've made it. My magnum opus is still ahead. It's a trilogy. The first film, it'll have no dialogue. The second film has only dialogue. And the third film, it's just me sitting, observing, and reacting to the first 2 films. It'll be called the Greg Cycle. Cannes isn't ready. The Cannes Film Festival, that is. Netflix hasn't called me back yet, but I'm pretty sure they will once they receive my 47-page treatment written in haiku. Who could resist?